All right, let's talk about a little bit of aliens. Do you believe in aliens?
Bro, can I go pee first?
The bathroom's right there.
This is
behind
bullshit.
you.
Look back up.
Yeah, bathroom's right behind you.
Motherfucker, I'll just say this. I believe in aliens.
What about you,
I'll
Nick?
tell
You
you a
believe in
story,
aliens?
Yeah.
Yeah, how much?
A little bit.
I don't know. I think too much.
I think
much?
too much.
Yeah.
Do you have any stories?
Oh, yeah, I do got stories.
All right, tell me one.
So, like, there's, like, this night, like, my dad had found a telescope in the attic.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, we were, like, you know, looking at stuff, me, him, and my brother. And, we were just kind of checking stuff out, but we were also just out, you know, just looking. It's, you know, one night, you know, summer night, you know, you could see the stars everywhere. And, I remember, like some stars were just, like, blinking, like, flashing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you could tell, but they weren't moving. Like, you know, you could kind of tell when you're looking through a telescope, and, you know, you can see, like, you know, it's moving, or it's a plane, or something. But, like, there was, like, a few that were, like, flashing, but they're also, like, flashing, like different colors. Like,
yeah.
Like, I think it was, like, flashing, like, green or red or something. And then I was just, like, and then, you know, my dad, you know, was, like, told, you know, my brother, he's like, oh, Darren, you know, get out here. And so we were kind of looking, then, you know, he found the telescope, and then he was looking, and we were, like, checking out, and it was, like, the weirdest thing, like, I didn't know what the fuck it was. Like, the only thing, you know, like, there's all these stars, and there's, like, this one was, like, flashing, blinking green, and there's another one, like, red, and it was just in one spot the whole time. Like, we were looking out with telescopes, wasn't moving, you know, wasn't a plane, and I was just like, it was just weird. I was just like, that was, like, probably the weirdest thing I've ever seen.
You think it could have been like a space shuttle or something? Like satellite?
But, I mean, when do you ever see...
That's true, but, like, that's what a lot of people are doing now. Like, that's a satellite. Like, they'll just be like, no, what you saw was a satellite.
It could be a satellite. I'm not saying that's what it was. I'm just saying.
But, I mean, because they're always up there, so, like, wouldn't you, like, see that all the time?
I agree.
I personally seen satellites. I personally have seen plenty of satellites going across.
Yeah.
Have you
And
really?
you know it's a satellite. Yeah.
But satellites move,
I've
too.
never... I've never
See,
seen
I
it.
also, so, like, where I live, like my parents' house, I'm in the country. There's no lights. It's dark as hell. Like, you can see shit. But this is even, like, before. Like, this is when I lived in the city. Like I've seen plenty of satellites. Like, you can see them. Like, if you're, like, I mean, it needs to be, like, I mean, maybe, like, not the city, but, like, I mean, out here is kind of, like, you're kind of out here. There's not too much. It'll be dark. But you know what satellite like.
Have you seen... Do you have any stories?
Nick.
Because I have a story.
Nobody believes me
I
still
have a
to
story
this day.
I have a story that I want to tell you.
And me
I'll tell you
personally,
after
like,
this.
I'll never, like, just because, like, I don't have proof of it.
Yeah.
You know, I was young. When I was in that, it was that same time where I had hella night terrors, but I wasn't scared of this or nothing. But, like, I walked out to the motherfucking kitchen, and we used to have this big old kitchen window, and I just remember it was really late, and I went to the kitchen for something, and there was just this shit. It was like, just flash a light, gone. And I'm like, well, this shit just happened right in front of my house.
Like, so you saw
I'm like,
it?
hold up. Let me grab my phone. Didn't even have a phone at the time. So, like, I'm like, wait, what? I'm like, wait, did I just see that shit? I go outside, I'm like, nothing's there. I'm like...
So you only saw a light? You only saw a light? Or did you see, like,
that
the
shit was not no regular ass lights. That was a...
Well, yeah. But, like, did you see...
It was just like this flash of light, and then, like, the light went up. Like, it was, like, everything was lit. Like, the kitchen was lit. Like, not, like, lit, like, lights, but, like, you know what I'm talking about? Like, a big old...
Like a flash.
Yeah,
like a
flash
flash,
on
and, like,
camera?
you can just see, like, everything was, like, there. And then, like, the light just, like, kind of, like, got up. And then it was just, like, gone.
It got up as in, like, it, like, levitated or something and, like, kind of...
It was, like, so... Can you turn the light on? Bro, it was like, okay, if it was dark in here, all the light came in, and then turned that shit on, and then it, like, got skinny. Like, I don't know how to explain it.
so it
Like, got skinny.
It closed.
It, like, it was skinny, and then, like, just gone. Like, and, like, I mean... Okay, I could have been tripping or some shit. But I didn't do no. I wasn't smoking.
Bottom of the alien ship was
young,
closing.
I think I was like 3rd grade. I wrote a paper at school on this shit. Why am I gonna make myself look stupid for my teacher? Like, why? If I didn't really see this, why would I make it like?
You wrote
what?
a paper?
Hell yeah! I had to write a paper on this shit. My little young ass. I'm telling you what the fuck I saw. Dude, I was saying what I saw. Shit was real. I swear to God, man.
Oh my god.
I swear. I don't think I ever had no encounters after that. I mean, I could have been.
Ghost? Any ghost encounters? Anything? Oh fuck!
Jesus.
Hold on, let me talk about what happened to me with the alien, and then we'll go into.
Wait, you have some alien shit too?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's bad.
And my mom. So
it's bad.
I'm telling you,
alien,
this is verified.
And I'm telling y'all right now, y'all keep making fun of me. Young Thug is an alien.
Why do you say that?
Because nobody makes good ass music like that. It's not an alien. There's no mortal man who makes music like him. Fuck all that. Young Thug is the best artist. Too good to be
too good
to be a person.
Too good to be a person.
You're not young. Like, look at him. Who name one other artist that's ever had anything like him?
Mm-hmm.
That's done like alien.
Oh my god! All right, so I was getting off work at Goldie's, and it was.
When was this?
It was high school. I think it was 9th grade.
See, and this is so like
9th or 8th.
Like this.
9th or 8th.
Like
it was
me as a kid,
grade.
I could have lied, whatever. I mean,
oh, bro, I'm not lying
but
about
this is like you're older. Like, why would you say some
shit
shit about this movie?
I saw it. So right, I was walking. So we always check the mail. Like every Sunday.
Yeah,
every Sunday.
Yeah.
We always check the mail. So we went to go check the mail, and I hear a humming, like a loud like humming, and it's above me. So I'm like, whatever, I don't pay it no mind. And then it's like,
bro,
oh my god, and it's annoying. It's so loud, it's annoying. So I look up and I just see the fucking big UFO. Like, and it's like, imagine this is the houses. It was like this. So I saw like the little like lights. I saw lights. I could describe you the lights. I could describe you what the hole looked like. It was so scary. I was terrified.
I'd be scared of that.
I was terrified. And so what do? I look at mom because I'm old enough, so I know what to do in this situation.
Working.
I look at mom. I'm like, Mom, give me my phone. She looks at me and says, no. What? I was having this. I was like, what?
You're going to join us one day.
Mom, give me my phone.
Mom, record this.
I was like, Mom, give me my phone. Because I didn't want to look stupid. Because in that situation, I thought, I was like, if I've ever seen this, because that whole, like, 2 weeks has gone by, and I was, like, looking at alien shit. So I was like, if I ever get in this situation, I'm going to film it. I have to.
Yeah.
How could you not? So I look at mom, and I'm like, Mom, give me my phone. She looks at me dead in the eyes.
Wait, so you'd been, like, watching shit, like, previous to this?
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy. That's so scary, bro. Fuck all that.
It was terrifying.
They were watching you, bro. They were watching you.
It was terrifying.
Fuck all that, bro.
So I look at mom, like, Mom, give me my phone. She's like, no. And I'm like, what? And so I get the rest of the things. I look and I run around like the corner to see if it's like above the other houses, because like it's like floating from this house to like the house right next to it. So I'm like, okay, whatever, fuck it. I'm gonna get this mail and I'm gonna look on the other corner to see if it's still there. Look, fucking gone. Not even there.
Bro, fuck everything, bro.
So then I go back to the car and I'm like, Mom, why didn't you give me the phone? And she said, because they're not coming back for us. She was afraid that they were going to come back to the house because I had evidence that they existed. It was terrifying.
She's like, I'm not letting them take my baby.
It was terrifying.
They ain't taking my baby.
It was terrifying. Like,
dude,
ever since then, I was just like,
shit, bro. Like,
I'm
telling you
about that.
We have a podcast where we called her and we like talked to her about it.
Really?
Yeah, she was like skeptical. She was like, I don't want to talk about it.
Nope, boys, he ain't talking about
she
this.
doesn't like talking about
it. And that's how you know, like, if somebody will tell you, like, yep, I seen this, and not want to talk, real. Everybody who's like wants to, you've seen alien. I want to tell you, I seen alien. If you don't want to talk about it, real.
I only talk about it because
it's
interesting to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I was terrified in that situation. Like, scary. Like, if I had piss in my like bladder, I would have pissed myself. Like, swear to God. I looked up and I was like,
if you were loaded.
Yeah, like it was insane. Like, you look up and you're just like, you see, like, you know, like the abducting thing.
I'm telling you,
see
like,
it close.
and that's what I like.
I
think I'm telling, like, the light, like, that's the only way I can explain it. Like, the light got skinny. Like, it got like.
I think that's what happened to
you. Like,
yeah.
just like.
What color was it? Was it white?
No, it was like a whitish blue, like a really ultra, like a ultra fucking like violet bluish white. Like, it was like, it's like a, you know, them light, like them bright ass LED type, like white blue, like. Just like lit it, and I'm telling you, everything was lit up. Like, I could see the whole kitchen.
What color did I say the light was in the UFO? I said it was blue,
bro. And
this is without even talking.
Bro,
to
it's some weird ass shit, bro. Like, it's
Nah, bro. Nah.
Fuck everything, bro.
That's not cool.
Just the universe is too big for there not to be a.
100%. 100%.
It's so like.
But it's just like.
Y'all be watching Cosmos?
I do.
Yeah.
I watch a whole bunch of space documentaries.
So huge. This shit is huge.
But it's just like.
And that's all that we know of.
Yeah,
Like, it's
yeah.
Like, this shit is not just here's space. Like, it's here's space. Like,
yeah.
Fuck that,
bro. I don't know. It's just, it says a lot that he brought up independently on his own that the light was blue. And on a separate podcast, you can look it up. I said,
what episode?
I don't remember what.
No,
No, was it the
episode
Lost
number?
episode?
No.
No, okay.
No, we haven't.
So,
Nope, it wasn't.
It was-
wasn't on 10 or 11.
What?
Jesus, how do you know it was 11? You know that the last episode was 11, right?
I thought it was like 4.
It was 11. It was a high number. We've lost one.
Oh.
But
Yeah.
Dude. Aliens.
What about this? What if he saw the same spaceship you saw?
That'd be fucked up. But I don't think that happened.
I mean, it could.
But my only thing is like why are aliens making it so secretive to us?
Well,
Do you
there
think
could be a lot of things. For instance, like when everyone.
And I never don't ever think it's maybe not like government testing shit, because I personally think that like there's so many like that whole Area 51 shit, like where they test like all. I so believe like, you know, government could be testing some shit to not freak everybody out, but like I've almost thought about it as like, okay, so maybe the government knows something we don't know, and so they do all these like extraterrestrial like UFO sighting type shit, like not to like, okay, how many times you seen like some fucked up shit on the internet and you could just kind of look at it and not be like like, you know what I'm talking about, like like
You wouldn't be shocked.
when you were younger and you seen somebody's head get chopped off and you're like, whoa,
Yeah.
or some shit like that, you know, like you're
So
like,
you think it's like
traumatized.
desensitizing?
It's like desensitizing us. I've thought about that as well, like what if everything we're all saying is just like put on by the government, just because like when something does happen,
We don't
it's
freak
like,
out and like.
yeah, and it's
Yeah,
almost
yeah,
like how's the,
sure.
you know, but then like I feel like they would have like desensitized us way more, not made it so everybody so like the fucking people who did see it are skeptics and like shit like that, like, so that's why I thought, you know, like they obviously don't know anything, but they could. Like I don't know if y'all know who Tom DeLonge is, but like he's like he was one of the lead singers of Blink-182. Like he has like a whole like Space One program. Like look into that shit. Like go watch his Joe Rogan podcast. Like Joe Rogan rips him
Tom
apart.
DeLonge.
Like,
I think I know. Is that the guy who's like, oh, I can't talk about that, it's secret?
yeah,
That guy? Oh, okay.
You've seen that
Yeah.
Joe. So he, yeah, he's probably a little crazy. But what if he's not?
Yeah.
That's my whole thing. Like me, maybe it's just I'm biased because I just like I love that fool. You know, just from like the music shit. But like, what if he's not lying? What if he's not lying? Like, what if like he can really like? What if he really just can't talk about that?
You can't
Like,
talk
what if
about
like?
shit like that happens where
That's
the
what I'm saying.
government's like, hey
it's,
man.
it's literally like think about a fucking legit ass alien from a however far coming down and like it being like, well, this is happening. Like, what if? Like, what if this fool is really not lying? And like, look up that fool's net worth. Like, that fool has money. So he really has like, if he really truly like, if it's not all just like he's trying to get money, which I don't think it is. He's got the funds for whatever. He's got, I don't know, he has the voice for everything, but I mean, you know, he could be crazy, but we're all crazy, right? Like